Hello friends, today's topic is waterfall model. Today we will discuss about the waterfall model. In most of the companies I saw, they are using agile methodology, and in some of the companies they are using waterfall methodologies. We can say methodologies, we can say model, we can say approaches, but 90% of the companies are working on the basis of the agile methodologies. So today's topic is waterfall model. In the waterfall model, actually, why companies are not using waterfall? Only 5 to 6% companies are there who is using waterfall model. So today I will discuss about the waterfall model, and I will let you know why companies are not, most of the companies are not working on the waterfall methodologies. Actually, like what in the, if I talk about the waterfall model, in the waterfall model it is having 7 phases. It is having the seven phases, and they are looking like a, like water is falling from top to the bottom. So all the phases are like falling from top to the bottom. The first disadvantage of the waterfall model is from getting the requirement from the client, and if the requirement is going to the developer team and they starting coding, then client will never change the requirement. This is the first disadvantage of the waterfall model. The second one is, if the work is with development team, then the rest of the team will sit and they do not have any type of work to do. The second disadvantage is that you, in most of the companies, or I can say the smaller companies, basically they are using the waterfall model. The first phase is the feasibility. In the feasibility basically in the feasibility, all the requirement, all the functionality that client wants is given to the BA of any company. Means the business analyst will take that particular requirement, and after getting the requirement, the BA will sit together with the manager, with the team, or with the higher management, and they will think about the costing, they will think about the maintenance, they will think about the team. So in the feasibility state, they all they, or I can say that it is a planning phase of the, of any company. They will discuss about the costing, they will discuss about the legal terms. Means the requirement that is given by the client are comes under the cyber law. The requirement or the functionality cannot breach the cyber law. The first one is the legal. They discuss about the functionality that is legal or not. The second one is the costing. The third one is the team size, the budget that is given by the client. In that particular budget, the company has to complete all the development, has to complete all the testing phase, has to complete the maintenance after the, after giving the project to the client, or it will deploy to the server. Then after that, the maintenance phase will start. So all will discuss in the feasibility state. Before feasibility, there is requirement. In the requirement, actually, in the requirement, the functionality of any application, of any web application which clients want, it is given to the BA of any company. In the requirement phase, the client will give all the requirement to a BA of any company. It is just a document. In that document, all the things are mentioned, like the functionality, like the project delivery phase, final delivery date. So all this mentioned in the requirement. After getting the requirement, then the feasibility state will come. After feasibility, then design. The UI team will design. The project manager will design the team. The project manager will design all the team members, or assign the task that you will have to work on this platform, or I can say designing means the UI of any part, the UI of any application will comes under the design part. Designing of team, designing of UI. So all this comes under the designing phase. Then after designing, the coding. In the coding, they will develop a logic. The development team will develop a logic. Means whenever you click over the submit button, the data will save in the database, right? Whatever you have entered in the text field, and after clicking over the submit button, then that particular data will save in the database, right? But if I talk about the non-technical users, and they have to review whatever they have entered previously, so they have to know from where we will get the data. Means like you have I can say that everyone has in past, I can say everyone has filled the competitive exams, or I can say college at the time of admission they have filled the forms, online forms. So first you have entered all the mandatory fields, then submit. Then after submit, you can able to view that submitted data, right? So in the backend, all the logic will done, right? So that particular logic is done by the coders, right? After coding, it will move to the testing. Now the tester will test that all the developed features, whether they are working fine or not, whether the functionality is on the basis of the client's requirement or not, right? So all this is done in the testing phase, that is done by the tester. And after testing, we have installation. Suppose we have a mobile application, right? Android application, iOS application, or desktop application, that we have to install it over particular platform. Like we have developed a iOS application and we have tested iOS application. Now it's a time to install of that particular application in the iOS platform. So at the time of installation, we check whether it is working as expected or not. Means is there any type of I can say bug, or I can say error, or any type of error at the time of installation, whether we are getting or not. So in the installation phase, we have to just install the application in particular platform. After installation, now comes the maintenance part. It is very important part of any company to give the maintenance. In maintenance phase, actually, it's depend on the company. It's very company to company whether they are giving a maintenance for 6 months, whether they are giving a maintenance of 1 year, or whether they are giving a maintenance of 2 years. It's totally depend on the company. It's totally depend on the client's budget. Or second thing, what they include in the maintenance means, suppose right now the application is developed for the desktop application is developed for Windows 11. Sometime after sometimes Windows 12 will come in the market. Now it's a time for the maintenance of that particular application. Now company will develop some new functionality or will compatible that particular desktop application that will run on the Windows 12, that will run over the Windows 12, means the compatibility issue. So in the maintenance phase is very important phase. So these are the phases of the waterfall model, and most of the companies, they are not using the waterfall model. Basically the waterfall model is generally used by, or generally is using by a small companies. And the drawback, if I talk about the drawback of the waterfall model, is that if if the project in the designing phase, then all the remaining phases of the team will do not have any task to perform. So that is the major disadvantage of the waterfall model. Waterfall model is the first approach that comes in the market to develop a software development. So it is having so many disadvantages. So that's why agile methodology will comes in the market and grab 90% of the and grabs 90% of the work of waterfall model. I will discuss in the next video about the agile methodology. So this is all the waterfall model. So if anyone is having any doubt, please comment, and do not forget to like this video and subscribe my channel. Thank you.